Hi guys, we are just coming back from our week going up and seeing family, and we actually left last Saturday and we came back yesterday. So we got back yesterday, and the trip was amazing. We got to see gorgeous trees, gorgeous countryside. You know, it was road tripping, so we were on the road a lot, and what we got to see was just incredible. We didn't stop and take as many pictures as maybe we normally would because we were on our time frame, but it was so beautiful. I'm like, you know what? There's so many gorgeous between the ocean and the trees and the fields. We saw mustard fields, just all kinds of stuff, and visiting family. Like our main purpose in the trip was to visit family. But one of the things that we did do on purpose is we made sure that we found like local mom and pops. We went to a nice place that had like, you know, organic foods. You could tell it was a mom and pop. There's certain spots that we went to that you could see where businesses had just opened. And you know, I was thinking about California and California's responsibility. We're like the 6th largest economy in the world, and I'm like, you know, I said to Brian, I'm like, we need to show love to these mom and pops. We did stop into one restaurant where you could tell that the woman that was working there was concerned. She says, you know, basically we have not ever recovered from COVID. And she said it's never returned back to the levels that they had before that. And they were actually off of a major highway, Highway 80, which, just to kind of give you geographically where it's at, some of the area where we were in, it's about a 45-minute commute to San Francisco. So a lot of those people were commuting into San Francisco, and of course, you know that it's expensive to live in San Francisco, right? You can find a 600 square foot whatever that can cost you $4,000 a month. So anyway, so you know, it's interesting how people open up. It's very interesting how people open up, and that, you know, it is very much a concern. People, if it isn't a concern for people, they wouldn't be opening up and talking about it. So, you know, and that's the beauty of, you know, when people open up and mention what their struggles are, it is so comforting to know, hey, we have a solution. We have something that we can share that can allow people to, you know, transition out of that troublesome spot into a place of relief, into a place of, hey, I can now decision make differently. And, you know, I've always been assigned in a helper's position, so to speak, in whatever careers I've worked, that kind of, you know, I've been in that environment for a long time. I actually sold uniforms for the post office, and I was always in a healer or solutions environment. I remember stepped into a prayer group, okay, when I was selling uniforms for the post office. And one of the gentlemen, his left knee was injured really, really bad, and he was facing surgery and everything. And I remember one of the mail carriers, we stood in a group and we were praying for this gentleman. And this gentleman happened to have been Buddhist. He studied Buddhism. He happened to have been from Thailand. And we were there in a circle, and I just remember my body just becoming electrified. It literally became like a vibrating energy ball, so to speak. And the other mail carrier that was there, he proceeded to pray. He said, his name was Philip. He said, you know what, we're gonna pray for Philip here. that he has complete healing, in the name of Jesus. So we were standing in this circle. I could feel like the electricity going through all of us. And all of a sudden you see Philip's eyes were wide open and his mouth was wide open and he couldn't believe it. And he realized that his pain was gone and that his left knee had gotten healed. So literally I stood in a circle and I was witness to this gentleman getting healed. And of course we gave God the glory. We told him, that is how much Jesus loves you. He wants you healed. He loves you. He is real. His love is real. And it just manifested right before us, guys. So I'm sharing this to say I have repeatedly been brought into the realm of things spiritually where it involves healing. It involves people getting well. It involves using God's goodness to get well. And, it's the natural organic ingredients, obviously, that we have access to on this earth. So I realize in some of these things that I had gone through in prior careers, okay, that it has always been foundational in pointing me to the direction of, hey, I'm here to help people. I'm called upon it. Wherever I go, people open up to me. When Brian and I are together, he basically, by profession, is a social worker, and he has got a degree in psychology. But it's so wild because when we're together, people open up to us. They open up and tell us what is going on with them. And it is such an honor to know that we have a real solution from the wellness side as well as from the income side, for people. So it was just a delight. Like, to me, when I'm out there sharing or whatever, it isn't work. It's just the natural course, of things. And also, it's a way for us to just lead people to Jesus, to know that they can declare Jesus, know that he loves them, know that he is healing them. And, this is a critical time in history. We are part of history, and he needs us to be sharing his love every opportunity that we get. So, it's our state. I look at the state of California. It's the 6th largest economy in the world. So we have a high responsibility to the world. Even if you look, we were in Northern California, so we were up near San Francisco. But if you look at the LA area, we have representation of like 160 countries around the world. So we do have a high responsibility, and that's why I believe in my heart that this company has come along in my world, right? This company has come along. I'm part out of it because it's a bigger picture. It's something bigger than myself. It's bigger than any of us. We have something special. It's based in blessing people. It's not based in greed. It's based in helping people overcome their challenges. It's not this idea of let's grab onto something that's super expensive and you're not going to be able to maintain it anyway. It's not the fantasy of doing well. This is not about the fantasy of doing well. This is the reality. This is the reality of making it happen. Like Jeff Bezos has made it happen. Mark Cuban has made it happen. It is the reality of allowing people to make significant dream incomes that their employers otherwise would not pay them. It's about complementing what you're already doing, which lots of people are looking for that, because what they are currently doing in many, many cases is not making the ends meet. So forget about what's being said out there in the news. Forget about the downtrodden talk, right? This is all about, we're all in it together. Even people that are doing well are looking to they're paying attention to where their money is going. They're seeing that it's taking a bigger chunk to get food. It's a bigger chunk to get housing, your electricity, your gas, your water. Like, everything obviously has escalated. Okay, and people can talk about that forever. You can say, oh, I'm going to talk about my money problems forever. And you're missing out on your calling. You're missing out on reaching to people, having conversations like this, meeting people where, you can be extending a prayer, seeing them healed right before your eyes, guys. Now, mind you, this happened like in 2014 when we prayed for this gentleman. And I've been present where other people have been healed. I've actually prayed for myself. I had a bleeding issue like in about 2018, I'm going to say, back there. I remember I had to go to the hospital, get something, and I remember filling up like a well. I literally felt like a human wishing well, let's say. I filled up like I had filled up with water. It was just a supernatural experience. And I remember saying, they said to me, if you don't take this pill, you'll bleed to death. And I remember just the Spirit of the Lord coming over me, and I said, no, Jesus is my healer. I'm like, you are my healer. You are my healer. And a couple of days later, I stopped taking that pill, and I stopped bleeding completely, guys. I was healed. I declared it. I spoke it. And if you notice in Scripture, Jesus always has, like the paralytic, he instructs them. The paralytic was instructed, pick up your mat and walk. Okay, the man that was blind, put the salve over your eye. Keep applying it, keep applying it. So the thing is about healing is Jesus includes you in the action of it. It's not standing and folding your hands and saying, he hasn't healed me, he hasn't healed me, right? You are part of the equation because he needs you to experience it. The healing is going on within you. It's the experience. It's the experience of it. So, I am so thankful for Live Good coming into my life. I realize that in my life's journey, this has been totally, totally foundational to what has been my calling. It's been my calling all along. It's been my calling all along. So really, really excited about, just all of this interwoven journey that has taken place for me, for my family, for many families out there. Okay. And families deserve what we have. They deserve affordable products. They deserve organic products that are not going to break the bank. Because the bottom line is, the TV is still going to continue to feed you, oh, this condition, oh, that condition, right? Now you hear about all these medical conditions that never even exist, guys, when we were younger, right? They never existed way back when. And now we have, we're taught all the time, you may have this condition or that condition, and they really kind of, I guess you would say, propagate something new that has taken place within your body. And to me, it's programming. And then it gets people thinking and going, hey, oh, well, maybe I have this and maybe I have that. And, then you start in this self-diagnosis pattern. And then they just want you to go to the doctor and say, I saw this on the advertisement, so I wonder if maybe this would work for me or whatever. And without doing fundamental testing and finding out, you know, you don't know. You know, obviously it's guesswork. People can try to self-diagnose, but in reality, you need blood work to find out what's going on with you, if you have a thyroid issue or whatever it is. But you have the power within you to determine a natural course of things, a course of things that is going to allow you to say, you know what, okay, so I'm told this, I'm told that, I can add these particular products, you know, into my world to you know, make a difference in my journey, you know, for wellness, right? So and that's that is far superior to treating just the symptoms and saying, okay, I've got these symptoms, but you're never getting the root cause. You're never finding out, hey, what is it that is, you know, truly going on with me, okay? And many of us are nutritionally deficient. We are naturally nutritionally deficient. If you're taking meds, you certainly can have deficiencies from those medications. It can naturally produce deficiencies. That's why sometimes they'll prescribe to you, you know, calcium or potassium or whatever it is. They'll prescribe a supplement, but in reality, it's the prescription that you're taking that is causing that, you know, causing that deficiency. So, but, you know, I have had so much confirmation, like on this trip. Sometimes when you get away and you get out of your element, I had a lot of confirmation on this trip of, you know, just where you know, people are at in their physical health, you know, as well as their mental health. And it's, you know, everyone is in it together. Even if someone is at their optimum at this point, at their health level, there are aspects of your wellness that are short. They're coming up short. And we have the opportunity to embrace it in a very affordable way and start making fine changes and corrections into what is happening. So please like and subscribe to my channel. I have got a shop that we have got a basic pack that I want you to look at. It's referred to as the Daily Essentials Pack. It has got your multivitamin, it's got your vitamin D3 and K2 and magnesium. I'm going to show those to you. And in the shop, you can get these really, really affordably. Here is the magnesium. This runs by itself like $8.95. Okay. We have got the multivitamin for ladies. And then we also have the D3K2. I'm going to show this to you right here, the D3K2. You can get all three of these right here, guys. All three of these for less than $30. Less than $30. A lot of times you walk into your CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Rite Aid, whatever it is. This alone is going to cost you $15 or $20. You can get all three for $27 just by switching stores, just by becoming a member in our store. So I encourage you to click the link below, become a member, and get yourself started on just the Daily Essentials. Just the Daily Essentials. Get started in that. Get your body started on organic supplements. Okay, that is so key in terms of your day-to-day functioning. You will find if you have stressors, which lots of people have stressors each day, but to embrace those stressors and say, you know what, I'm going to make a fundamental change in that. The beginning change is switching stores. Many of you are taking vitamins, they've got preservatives, additives, whatever in them, and they are very expensive. The costs have gone through the roof for a lot of your items at the drugstores. We purposely, as a company, have decided, no, we are going to have wholesale pricing available. You can switch, right? So you're switching stores. So instead of the $15 or $20 for one item, you can now get 3 for under $30. Okay, so it's better than the BOGOs that are out there. And you are automatically putting yourself into the earnings category because you've switched stores, which is creating an earning. And on top of that, you can make consideration to be an affiliate and actually share that with your neighbor or your church friends or your school friends or teacher friends or whoever it is that you work with. Maybe you're part of a bowling league or a dance club or whatever. Okay, so for $40 one time, you can decide to become an affiliate, and now you can be remedying the bigger picture. You can be remedying the lack that you may be seeing in your current pay scale. Whatever your boss has decided that you're worth, you can say, you know what? I can create something beyond what I've agreed to in terms of a salary. You can begin to step into a different level of value system to create an income that is beyond your wildest dreams. So anyway, I hope that this video helps, and make it a great day.